To all the people who told us no. To everyone who said we can't do it, you can't take the hits, don't understand the game, you're too weak, you're gonna get hurt. Oh, we're rugby players, we're bound to get hurt. Mixed ability rugby is a fusion of full contact rugby and inclusion, and the Maoris is the peak of that mountain. We've taken on Welshmen, Englishmen, Ulstermen, Scots, Spaniards and Belgians, winning games and winning over communities. To be a Maoris tourist is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. One game to show everyone just how capable we are. So to all the people who told us no, you just sit back and watch while we do it all over again.
Good evening, welcome to the Maoris squad announcement. I'm Jamie Evans and tonight I'm joined by Gwylim Lewis. Now that we know where we're going on tour, any thoughts, Gwyl? Bath?
Exciting, isn't it? Yeah, Bath, real hotbed of English rugby on the West Country there. Lots of mixed ability sides around. A real rugby tradition. We know all about it in West Wales because we're used to those England-Welsh derbies and stuff, and in a historical, beautiful location as well. So, perhaps we do some nice sightseeing as well as playing rugby.
Yeah, Bath is a fantastic location, and we've got some great opponents this time too. We've got Walcott Warriors, who are part of the Bath Foundation celebrating their 5th anniversary. And they've also got a few Maoris in their midst as well. I mean, you know a few of them, don't you, Gwyl?
Yeah, I do. I do know a couple of them. Great to see. The 5 years that the foundation's been going is obviously, that's great to celebrate that. Any team that's got Mad Dog at number 8 is always going to be a bit of a worry in it. Big strong guy, and then they've got the Nicky Smith lookalike Todd at prop. He'll be fronting up and trying to do non-prop things with no-look passes and stuff like that, as well as a grunt. And they got Sonny at fullback, who'll plenty of pace and confidence, and will give him a bit of zip in the back three as well. So yeah, they definitely got the foundations for a good side there. They play a lot as well. They're one of the sides that's regularly out there playing. So really looking forward to seeing those guys again.
So any memories that stand out for you there, Gwyl?
One or two. I think obviously every Maori will tell you where they played, innit? So although I've been on all the tours, Obviously, playing myself at the Principality was, a real special occasion that I'll always treasure and, be hard to beat. I think personally, I'm sure everybody will say something similar. And it's hard to think past the last tour as well. We were worried going out there. Not worried, but two teams first, women's for the first time. That language barrier for us, Duolingo Spanish, not really helping me very much. And then we had that kangaroo court on the town square outside Aruna Rugby Club, and it was just class. I mean, I know what goes on tour stays on tour, so no details, but that tango round the outskirts to start off, and we just went from there. It's brilliant. That was a great night.
Yeah, that tour was fantastic, and what made that tour so special for us was having our first Mary's Women tour going along with us as well. That selection, those ladies coming along, meant so much to them. It meant so much to Mixed Ability Rugby and the Mary's going forward as well. It was a historic moment.
So, you've done a few tours as well, not quite as many as me, but so what are your standouts then?
Yeah, I've had some good ones on the Mary's, to be fair. I've got to say, playing the first fixture, obviously a special moment. It was a big one for you. We did it for your 50th, Gwyl. But it was a bit of a bittersweet because I've done it now. I did it on the first tour, and we've been to so many amazing locations since, and I'll never get to play for the Mary's again. But I've got to say, the Belgium tour was a big one for me. I was just a fantastic little bit of a trip that was. We went out there, again, very similar to Spain. We were a little bit worried about the language barrier a little bit worried logistically how it would work. First time on the continent a little bit as well. It was a bit of a worrying time, but it all just came together so well. And having David out there to help us with that was absolutely phenomenal. Playing for them as well at a full 80 minutes. I'm sure they tried tucking me up on that one, being hungover. But it was what a fantastic trip that was.
What other way to guarantee a Mary's win than to put you in the opposition and then just target the 10 channel, isn't it?
That's a good point. There's all tactics in the Mary's, isn't it? So before we move on, let's have a little reminder of how the selection process works for the Mary's.
The Mixed Ability Rugby Invitationals, or the Mary's as they're better known, are an invitational rugby side selecting players from the mixed ability community. What is mixed ability rugby? It's an adapted game of full contact rugby, welcoming those with barriers, impairments or disabilities to play alongside like-minded individuals and those without disabilities. While scrums remain uncontested, the majority of rugby laws remain exactly the same. The Mary's calendar is made up of 3 tours each season, travelling across the globe to play 3 exhibition games a year with a brand new squad for each location. To ensure the touring squad is forever changing, players are only allowed to play for the Mary's once in their lifetime. The Mary's aim to invite players from far and wide, welcoming individuals who champion what it means to be an outstanding mixed ability player. While this can be interpreted in multiple ways, the Mary's have 4 core values that we look for in prospects: commitment, work ethic, rugby spirit, and arguably the most important factor, passion. The selection process for the Mary's is a collaborative effort. The first stage of selection starts with the Mary's committee, who select the coaching team for the upcoming tour. Between the committee and coaching staff, a player pool of potential Mary's are identified. The second stage of selection brings in the advice of outside parties. The committee and coaching staff identify mixed ability rugby clubs from around the world and seek the advice of coaches and captains on outstanding players who may be unknown to us. Between the suggestions of the committee, coaching staff and recommendations of club leaders, a final touring squad is selected and the players are invited on to the Mary's tour. With the squad forever changing and with the eyes of the world always on the lookout, it could only be a matter of time before you earn your own Mary's call-up.
So following that little reminder about how the selection process works, coaches' appointments next. It's really an important job, isn't it, Gwyl?
It is an important job. I think we've looked at it and I think we're really happy with the team we've put together. I think they're going to do a good job for us.
Great stuff. Now, on to the coaches' announcement. Head coach, Gary O'Sullivan, Mary number 58 from Sunday Wells Rebels, Levi Adams, Port Talbot Panthers, and Matthew Gwylim from Swansea Gladiators.
Okay, so there's your coaches for the Bath Tour, and I'm very glad to be joined by one of the assistant coaches, Matt Jemin from Swansea Gladiators.
Glad to be here.
Looking forward to it?
Very much so, very much. When I was approached a couple of weeks ago, it's actually sunk in how much of an opportunity it is to be a part of something as special as the Mary's.
Yeah, and it's been a while for you because you were almost played in the very first one, but the Gladiators had prior commitments when it was rearranged, and then you almost went up to Scotland. So here we are, finally going to sort of do it, and in Bath, which is a nice place. Have you played Walcott? Have you come across against them for the Gladiators?
Yes, yeah. So as I say, third time lucky. So maybe not as a player, but as a coach. So hopefully have some impact there as well. We played Walcott in a tournament in Worcester a couple of years ago. We're lucky enough to get the win then. So hopefully we can carry on that trend and get it in Bath in February.
There we are, and obviously it's going to be a bit of a challenge this time because you know you've been involved so long with the Gladiators. You know those boys. You know, even the new guys, you know, you've seen every single game of rugby, but this time you're going to have a total sort of new set of people. Obviously some of them you will have sort of seen play before, but a lot of them you won't really know. And is that going to be a challenge, do you think?
I think, yes, it will be a challenge. I've got a huge confidence in the rest of the coaching team and the support staff there. I'm fortunate enough to be going into an established, experienced married team and committee that will support and use that experience to make that process as easy as possible. But with limited build-up time and just going off some of the feedback from club coaches, we can just get the best start possible, and that comes down to the coaches coming together and putting in the hard yards, planning before we get there.
Right, and now we've got a chance for you to look as good as we do in our Mary's kit with these messages.
Okay, so following that little announcement, I think we've got a good team there, haven't we?
We have got a good team. It's a tough task, sorting it all out, understanding the philosophy, getting the team together, and we want to win the game. But I think our team, there's a lot of experience there. I think they'll do the job.
I think bringing Gary in as a head coach, it's about time. He's got some really good experience. Won the IMAT in Cork with his team. So he's got a fantastic experience with mixed ability rugby, and he's been on 3 Mary's tours, I think it is now. Played in the Principality Stadium. He's got some really good experience behind him.
Yeah, he has. He's a bit lucky he played back row in the Principality, but there we are. Apologies to some other people who know who they are. No, he's been there and done it at several different levels. Come on tour just as a tourist and helped out with kit and things. He's come as a player. He's come as assistant coach. I think he's done such a good job there.
We've also got Levi Adams from the Talbot Panthers. Great selection there. Ended up going from ex-player to coach, unfortunately, due to ill health, but he's done a fantastic job. Stalwart of the club, from what I hear.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're flying at the moment. Really good side, always out there. Great partnership between him and Lee Alford. Really difficult to split them up. We had to, we couldn't bring them both. I think Levi, on and off the field, his commitment, always ready to do the next job. I think he's going to be really important to the tour. He's going to be a real asset for us.
Hi, my name's Gary O'Sullivan. I am player coach with the Sundayswell Rebels in Cork, Ireland. I am Mary number 058, having represented the team in Cardiff, Wales, and I am deeply honoured to be head coach of the tour going to Bath in 2024. And without further ado, I'd like to announce the men's squad for Bath 2024. Starting with Adam Fussell, Cletley Warriors, Wales. Benny Griffiths, Swansea Gladiators, Wales. Bledden Gibbs, Pembrokeshire Vikings, Wales. Kane Rodway, Cletley Warriors, Wales. Chris Shields, Malone Tornadoes, Ireland. Colin Miller, Banbridge Barbarians, Ireland. David Woods, Glasgow Clan, Scotland. David Vinca, Rugby Club Hasselt, Belgium. George Stubbs, Long Levens Rugby Club, England. Yestin Tango, Cardiff Chiefs, Wales. Hernan Mazzarello, Iruna Rugby Club, Spain. James Clark, Cardiff Chiefs, Wales. Jordan Rankin Woodhouse, Long Levens RFC, England. Kenny Calladine, Malone Tornadoes, Ireland. Joshua Millar, Banbridge Barbarians, Ireland. Lachlan Hughes, Malone Tornadoes, Ireland. Luke Pearce, Cletley Warriors, Wales. Mark Hudson, Banbridge Barbarians, Ireland. Matthew Heaps, Pembrokeshire Vikings, Wales. Norman Stephen, Ayrshire Clan, Scotland. Owain Thomas, Cardiff Chiefs, Wales. Robert Sweeney, Pembrokeshire Vikings, Wales. Saul Cowley, Long Levens Rugby, England. Steve Joseph, Swansea Gladiators, Wales. Scott Jenkinson, Ayrshire Clan, Scotland. And finally, Stu Medicki, Swansea Gladiators, Wales. Well done to everyone selected, and I look forward to meeting you all in Bath 2024.
Great, so that's the squad selection. Gwyl, any thoughts on that?
Well, obviously, from a Warriors point of view, very proud, very pleased to have the three boys that are in there. They deserve a place, I think. Kane, who's captain this year with us, hardly ever misses a game or a training session, really dedicated, sharp wing, and we know we've got a goal kicker in the squad. Fussy will be using his bulk to give us a bit of go forward, so that's always useful. And Luke, to be fair to him, he's just the work he puts in behind the scenes and keeps our club running. That's it's not all about rugby ability. Not that he can't play a bit himself, but I think he really deserves his place there as well. So chuff for the three of them, and I know they'll really appreciate it.
Yeah, great stuff. And talking about keeping the club going forward, it's great to see Benny Griffiths getting a call up this time as well. I mean, behind the scenes from a media and commerce perspective with the Maoris, he's done wonders with the club. So seeing him get his Maori number is really well deserved, and about time too.
Well, yeah, absolutely. His rugby may be lacking, but he absolutely puts 100% in. And as someone who's going to be facing him possibly in his fixture, I'm sure he'd have something to say on that. But no, it is absolutely great to see him finally get the shirt on.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking from experience, I mean, playing with Hernan out in Runa Rugby, seeing his calibre of rugby was fantastic, and having him join the Maoris is going to be a really big bolster for the club as well.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and he'll give us a lot of organisation as well. In it, we need some generals there in the team. People are going to help with the organisation because it's hard coming together for that one-off game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's going to be really important.
And talking again through call-ups, we got Dave Woods, who was selected in the Edinburgh squad, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he missed out on that because of COVID. So some unfinished business with him and David Vicky from Hassel. Both missed out on theirs. He missed out on injury. So again, another guy who absolutely deserves it for what a great trip that was.
Oh, absolutely. What a trip.
So yeah, we'll be looking forward to those two coming and pulling on a jersey and finally getting their moment and their squad, earning their squad numbers. So yeah, that's it's a nice round circle there, isn't it?
Okay, so we've got the squad announcement, we've got the coaches, we know where we're going and we know our opponents. Exciting times.
Absolutely.
See you in Bath. Oh my God. I'm using that one.